Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the new chapter of One Piece, which is on chapter 1163. This chapter right here was really crazy, and now we're about to possibly get to its situation of what really happened, not to mention how strong Emu really is, and why this person or this antagonist is going to be considered the real final boss. So if anything else, let's just get this started right away. We get to see Saturn transform into Emu, or Emu taking over Saturn's body and causing a lot of killing chaos, trying to murder pirates and marines alike. By that time, we get to see Roger decide to go after the thing because of what it's doing and decides to tell his crew to go on board and get whatever treasure you can find. Garp gets really upset to see Saturn like this and gets ready to fight him. We get to see Emu taking over Saturn's body and finding Roxy Zebek or Davy D. Sebek and gets ready to fight him. Emu says, because of what you did, you need to die. And Davy Jones or Roxy Sebek or Davy D. Sebek says, I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. And we get to see that they clash against each other, and it looks like to me Rox or Davy D. Sebek is actually holding his own. By that time, we get to see the other pirates fighting each other for the treasure while Dragon is trying to get Shanks away. But unfortunately, he gets dragged into a situation because of Captain John grabbing all the treasure with his Devil Fruit ability, I believe. And pirates fighting over treasure, I don't care, because this is where, like, Shiki asks what the heck's going on, and that, like, these treasure chests are, like, a billion whatsoever. We get to see Garp getting ready to go into action while the Marines are trying to stop him from doing so. And Charlotte Linlin meets Kaido and gets really angry, and they all make their attack on Emu. For example, we get to see that Charlotte Linlin, Kaido, Whitebeard, Davy D. Sebek, Gold D. Roger, and Garp all make the freaking attacks on Emu of how Shoku attacks, such as like Garp doing Galaxy Impact and freaking like Goldie Roger is using Kamisari, and then Davy D. Sebek using Pandemonium, and I think like Whitebeard uses Hakua, and then Big Mom is using Ikoku, and freaking Kaido is using Ryu. But unfortunately for them, freaking Emu took all those attacks who's controlling Saturn's body and regenerates. So that just shows what kind of boss Emu really is. And I question, why does this person just sit around all day on the throne not doing anything? We don't know. But one thing's for certain, we get to see Dragon trying to get Shanks to safety, but we get to see Shanks possibly going into a treasure chest. We don't really know. But like I said, Emu regenerates, like, despite taking all the attacks from freaking like the prime of Charlotte Linlin, Kaido, Whitebeard, Davy D. Sebek or Rox D. Sebek, and Gold D. Roger, and freaking Garp, that freaking Emu regenerated, saying, bruh, that's all you got. And Davy D. Sebek might have an idea about Emu's power, because he goes like, hold on, what are you doing? Don't tell me what you are. And we get to see Emu telling Davy D. Sebek, saying, a new Davy, a woman and a child, desperately struggling to survive such venomous lives, must never walk free. We get to see that Davy D. Sebek gets angry and tries to slice up Emu. But unfortunately, that does not work, and then we get to see Emu stabbing Davy D. Sebek and says, I won't do anything to your wife and child, but you are the one that's gonna kill the clan. You will kill thy wife and kill thy son. He says, hell no, I ain't listening to that. But Emu says, Dom Reversi, and all of a sudden it looks like Rox D. Sebek or David D. Sebek is starting to transform. And everyone could only watch to see what's going on. And then the chapter ends off with David D. Sebek's love of his life, and his son is like running off. And it looks like to me, we may have an idea what happened to David D. Sebek. It was told that he was killed by Gold D. Roger and Garp. But this, on the other hand, says otherwise. But there might be some truth to that. But Emu is transforming David D. Sebek into something to go kill his wife and child. So it looks like to me, I think we have an idea what happened to his wife. And as for his child, how he survived. We all know that he went to join Whitebeard Whitebeard's crew many years later. So you get the idea. So looks like we're about to find out, because next week we won't have break, which is nice. So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Fazito. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.